Like there's a couch, there's a sofa upstairs where you can sit, and they have like dartboards, they have like large Jenga, they had foosball you could play while you were waiting for your food, and it's very self-serve. It wasn't a buffet, but they brought your food to you, but you got your own forks, you poured your own drinks. Like it was a really nice place.
The Lazy Hiker.
The Lazy Hiker.
That sounds like a visitation place for that.
It was quite
destination for us one day. We got to get on the road to get there, but it's in the mountains. We may never. I don't know.
May never, but I don't know.
I don't.
Like I got to go see the airport. The airport sat on top of a mountain.
Why did you go to the airport?
Because I told Jake I was afraid of heights, and he was like, "Oh, I've got the perfect place for you."
That's not the perfect place.
It wasn't. It wasn't the perfect place at all. It was horrifying.
As long as I ain't had to drive, I think I would have been okay.
Yeah. Oh no. There were no railings. He was just crawling up this mountain, and I was like, "Oh goodness!" It was a scary situation.
Well, cars don't just automatically let gravity pull them off.
I mean, people let cars get pulled off. Yeah, that's quite enough for me.
That does happen. People are very reckless creatures.
Yes. Oh, I got to meet some very nice ladies. I held someone's hair as she threw up. Oddly enough, one thing I do have to ask for college girls of the paler persuasion, I had like 4 girls pull me in the bathroom with them while they peed. And we're close. I want to be welcoming. I want to be welcoming.
I'm going to give it to him. I'm going to give you his point, but go and get to your point.
But did you need me?
It ain't that they didn't need you, Peanut. How can I say this?
And they were, because I was talking to them.
All girls love gay guys.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. But I was talking to them, and like they were like, "Oh yeah, da da da," and they were like just pulling me along as we were talking, and we would just head to the bathroom. She was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna pee," and I was like, "Oh my goodness, you want me to turn around?" And she was like, "It doesn't. It's nothing that you haven't seen before." And I was like, okay, I'm gonna turn around anyway."
I'm like, I haven't really.
And then someone else, like a second girl, would come into the bathroom, and she was like, "Oh, can you hurry?" And I was like, "Do you want me to get out?" And she was like, "Why would you move?" And I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna just get in the tub." And I stayed in the tub for like 10 minutes while girls peed. And I was like, "I'm gonna hum so you don't have to hear each other." And so I was humming in the bathtub behind the curtain while the women peed. And it was not my favorite situation.
It should not have been your favorite situation at all. I could just leave. You could have been leaving and saying it. That's how you have to work.
But I was trying to help a girl I was trying to help people cycle through the bathroom so that a girl could come in and throw up. And so after they got out, the girl came in the room, and then a girl came in. This is kind of bad, but a girl came in and she was throwing up already as the girl was throwing up in the toilet, and she kind of like threw up on top of the girl's head, and like, oh, bless. It was so sad. I was like, no, into the tub, because she was already up chucking, and I was like, if you knew you were gonna get like this, why did you drink so hard?
You can say that all you want,
and she was throwing up, and she was still like trying to party while vomiting.
They gonna party. Once I get this off my stomach, I'll feel better.
I'll feel better.
I always think about my friend who we did her wedding and her wedding reception and everything, and she went out that night. I don't drink, so I didn't go out with them, so I stayed at the house at her apartment, and I went to bed. But when she got back, I got a phone call in the middle of the night. Can you come and get me? I'm like, what the hell? So I get there and I grab her and her maid of honor, because I had been with them all day. I've been with her maid of honor, and I put them in the back seat. She's hanging out the back of my window. I'm thinking like, God, please, get a stop. I love him. That's why I'm marrying him. Why did you get this drunk? She was so drunk when her and her girlfriend came out the club. They crawled past the police. He didn't even try to help them up. He just held my back door open so they could crawl in. I didn't even buckle them in. I just let them crawl into the car like 2 little puppies. They were so happy. And the police was so happy to see that they was not driving home. He told me to have a good night. I said, I don't think I will, sir. Because they don't look like they're going to sleep no time.
Babysitting is never.
Babysitting
is never a good
drunk
job.
Girls are not.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's not the most kosher thing in the world.
No. But we also had some very politically woke guys that came.
Oh, okay.
It was very nice. It was very nice.
What is politically woke?
Woke.
I heard you say that the other day.
Yes, politically woke is someone who is aware of like pressing political topics, and they know how to address them. Like,
do they dress them up to make it sound
like they don't sugarcoat situations. Like,
okay,
a thing that tends to happen whenever talking to someone of the lighter persuasion about the Black Lives Matter movement, they're like they'll either say they don't really keep in touch with it, or they just blatantly say, but like, oh, I support it completely, but they don't have any like more knowledge about the actual movement itself.
Yeah.
And that is, but no, these people were very like, they were
very
very
aware.
in the know, very in the.
Were they supporters or they
neutral?
Were
supporters. No, great supporters, and I love to see it. I did.
Yeah, because people like I support Black Lives Matter, or I'm with All Lives Matter, and I don't knock none of that because everybody know I am a Black Lives Matter because I am a Black life, and I have black sons, I have black daughter, so it's understandable. But like I said, I support that all the time, but that do not mean I don't support Blue Lives Matter because I had a grandfather who was in the military. My grandfather was one of the first black police officers in a small town of all white people. So I do support that. What I don't support is bad behavior from nobody. I don't care who you are.
Absolutely. But one thing that I also really appreciated is I don't know what it was about these people that I met, but they were some of the finest of the fine. They were doing a great job. No, like just human beings, like great human beings. The boys naturally like shifted away from the drunken girls whenever they were drunk.
Oh,
so, yeah, they of course helped them whenever they needed help, but like they stayed away from the drunken girls,
so they can't be accused of
no misunderstandings.
He walked into the back room. No, he didn't.
No, he didn't. He did not. And if you think he did, he asked someone else to help him. They
another female like that. He didn't even ask another dude.
They went outside to smoke. They peed outside. They didn't even go to the bathroom. They didn't want to be seen in the bathroom with all of the girls. They were like, no, we'll pee out here. It's fine.
Well, that's what's up.
Yeah, it was quite
good
nice.
People.
They cleaned up behind themselves.
Good people. So
good people.
That's what it's all about. Good people. So what else would happen your weekend?
Oh God.
Because you told me y'all was sleeping, but it's the 5-hour drive.
Yes, that 5-hour drive. The drive takes you down into South Carolina. Actually, there's a way to come across North Carolina to do it. But that takes you into, I think it's Charlotte. And the traffic there is always dreadful.
And that's what I was saying about when me and Marcus, I didn't do a show last week, but me and Marcus went for my birthday. We went to see Shula King. I'm one of his patrons. I want y'all to look him up on YouTube. He has an Instagram. He's Shula King. He's a comedian from South Carolina. And he is definitely on the rise. He's very funny. So his name is Shula King. So please look him up. But when he was performing in Charlotte, and this is when I discovered, I know Marcus don't like bridges too much, but I didn't know he felt this way about heavy traffic. So I found out the hard way that, Daddy said your name, and Daddy this, and da-da-da. And it wasn't like this when we came before. But like I said, because the traffic in Charlotte is horrendous, especially at certain hours. But it don't bother me because like I said, I drove in Florida a whole lot, so traffic didn't bother me. But that when you're trying to get from point A to point B, and it should only take you 20 minutes, and it take you an hour. I understand. So y'all took an alternative route. No,
it was actually like it was the designated main route, since the Charlotte route is technically the alternate route if you just want to stay in the state of North Carolina. But it takes you down into South Carolina and through Columbia and then across state. And so
that's how Delta do when she go home.
Yes.
She bypasses. She goes through South Carolina just to get back into North Carolina to do something. Yeah, which is weird, but I guess that's how the roads are designed.
Oh, my ears would not stop popping. Would not stop, and even
chewing gum.
They only had spicy red hot gum.
It ain't that hot.
Big Red or something.
Big Red.
Yeah, I hated it. I hate cinnamon flavored gum.
Yeah, you do hate cinnamon flavor. but the popping it ceased a little bit.
Yeah, the first time I chewed it, I was like, I'm not chewing no more of this, but it did help with the popping. But
next time, to get you some chewing gum.
Yes.
Before you go. If you're going to be a next time,
I don't know.
You don't know because you don't like the mountains.
I don't like
the ride. It ain't the mountains, it's the ride. Which is understandable. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed yourself.
Yes.
Had fun. Had a good weekend. I did. I worked all weekend. Me and Marcus both, but we both had Sunday off, and I cooked a good dinner. I made chicken and rice for people. For some reason, people ask me, "What did you cook?" I made chicken and rice with Polish sausages, and I did collard greens and cornbread, and I used my grandmother's cornbread recipe, which is awesome, by the way. It's buttery, but I put a tad too much vanilla in it, so it's buttery and really sweet. So it's more like cake than cornbread now, but it's still delicious.
Mm-hmm.
And so I relaxed all day. Mickey had to go to work, and she called me to come get her. They got off early. I ran and got her, and then she been in her room. She ate, and we just relaxed. We just did what we're gonna do, and now you slowly dripping in like the PA you usually are.
Absolutely. Better late than never.
Yeah, true. Better late than never. Mm-hmm. So you good?
I am.
So but our next topic is going to be about sisters. That's not personally me and my sisters, because most people that know me, my sisters, we love each other, but we have one that thinks she's the queen of the Nile, and when somebody rain on her parade, it's devastating for her. And it ain't even that, because in her mind, she don't feel like she did anything. But I'm going to talk about another subject. So that's a story for another time. That's a forgiveness story. And you got to start talking if you're going to forgive somebody. So that's a story for another time. But this right here is about my lovely friend Jess and her identical twin sister. I don't know the whole story, but she gave me this tidbit, and it's upsetting her. But they always call me Mama Dana at work. And I guess because I give this good advice, I give good advice, somebody don't hardly ever take it. But her sister knew something about another one of their friends. And she kept the secret for years about this other friend that's their friend that goes on vacation with them, that sees them, that stays with them when she goes out to California. And she feels very betrayed. The only thing is they were womb mates. They're identical twins. They're inseparable. They love each other. They talk every day. And it's hurting them to separate. But she knows that she can cut people off of her life. But how hard would it be to cut someone that's literally part of your soul out of your life and think that maybe I don't have to talk to her no more. She betrayed me. She's supposed to be my sister. She's supposed to always be on my side. I will always love her, but that don't make me like her. That's a real possibility, but that it doesn't work like that. That's like someone you love. It's a relationship you want to keep in contact with. Sometimes I don't talk to my sisters in weeks at a time, and in my mind it'd be like, I need to call my sister. Now my older sister, I hadn't talked to her for a long time, but so lately she's been calling me. And I think it's the same thing. Like I said, I got on her the other day about our mother. And I got on her about don't want to be. She was like, I don't have time, but you have time to do things with your friends, but then you cut your family out. And okay, you don't want to be in family lifestyles with us anymore. We understand that your children are grown. I keep in contact with my nieces and nephews, my grandnieces, and I don't have any I do have one grandnephew. My nephews from my sisters are all adult men now. So they want to keep in contact. They hits me up. I hits them up. That's how we go. But as my sister, I wants to talk to you to see how you're doing. And I think the same thing about Jess. Her sister is sorry. And she doing all the apologizing. But Jess feels like, as my sister, you betrayed me. You should have told me when it happened. And I give him that. But sometimes it's just too hard to tell someone a bit of truth. Because I tell it all the time. I said the truth hurts. A lie easy to tell. People tell lies all day long. How you doing? Oh, I'm fine. knowing darn well your leg hurt, your back hurt, you got to get to the bathroom because your kidneys hurt, you got a headache, splitting headache, you blind because you're scrunching at your computer screen or can't see the TV all day. But when somebody asks you